Hey ladies and gentlemen, super exciting. It's time for your assessment notification for Module A. As you'll see, there is Module A. It's worth 15%. The date due is Wednesday 2nd of May. Now that is day 2 of term 2. See. So basically we're looking at Module A, which is Metropolis and 1984. These are the outcomes assessed. We'll get to that a little later in the document. Alright, this is the bit you're all very excited about, so we're going to zoom in and make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Alright, now up the top here, this is basically the rubric statement. This is why we're doing it. You can read that in your own time when you get your copy. This is the exciting bit, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last dance. You've been invited to the last dance. It's a study camp created to consolidate students' knowledge before the HSC examination. The presenter, whoever that is, has commissioned you to construct a PowerPoint for their lecture. The lecture is titled Context, Values and Connections in Module A Intertextual Perspectives. Okay, now the PowerPoint needs to address the key elements of the module as expressed in the rubric. They wish you to explore how the context is reflected in the composer's values and how the values are revealed to the audience through the images and the quotes that you choose. Okay, now this is really difficult, but also a little bit exciting. Okay, now the PowerPoint must include images and quotes from the text, including information integral to the module. Okay, so you have to be very specific in what you choose. Okay, the PowerPoint design is to aid understanding and to be linked to context and connections. Okay, these are connections to values, ideas, that kind of thing. Now, this is why it's a difficult task. Okay, you must include up to 100 words for each slide as notes. I'll show you that later, to explain your rationale for the information presented. These 100 words must be original content. The PowerPoint must not exceed 10 slides. Okay, that's the difficult bit. Okay, only doing 10 slides to explore all that is going on in these two texts is difficult. Okay, but you need to select what you think the audience really needs to know going into the HSC. They've got 1 week to go, and you need to give them the nuts and the bolts and give them something exciting and something great to use. You can't have more than 80 words on each slide, and these 80 words may include found, which means non-original content, which means you can find something on the internet that someone has said, but you need to explore that in the notes in your own words. That's original content. Now, basically, we don't want you to do any fancy special effects or transitions. It's all about what's presented on the particular slide. Okay, so we do not want that. The audience also doesn't want that. They just want substance and representation. Now, with a good PowerPoint, there would be a link to an outside source, a YouTube video, a website. We are limiting you to 2 links in total. Not 2 links per slide, but 2 links in total. So you need to choose them specifically and with purpose. Now you need to provide a 400-word introduction to your commissioned PowerPoint where you explain your included content and design choices. Okay, so this is basically a reflection statement where you reflect on why you have chosen particular images, why you have chosen particular quotes, why you've chosen the coloring in the slides. It is a viewing and representing task. So basically you need to get inside your own head to figure out why you've made these choices. Very similar to why we're looking at these 2 texts and looking at the choices that composers have made. We want to know why you've made your particular choices. Now, the original content word limit is 1400. That allows for extra quotes and outside sources on slides and stuff like that. Now, to actually get the PowerPoint to us, you need to submit your presentation on a USB in a sealed envelope labeled with your NESA student number. Okay? Does sound very sort of big brothery, but that's how we're doing it. Okay? Please don't give us a USB with lots of files and all sorts of different things on it. Just whatever files you've got, put them on another USB. Just give us a USB with just the file in an envelope with your student number. You need to make sure that it will open in the School Office 365. The easiest way to make sure that your presentation will open on the Office School 365 is to test it on the Office School 365. Okay, now there is a closure date for when we will, as a staff, give you feedback on your presentations. Okay, now you can give us your whole shebang and everything included. We are only giving you feedback on the notes section, not on the actual slides themselves. That is up to you. You're big enough and old enough to figure that out for yourselves. Okay, we need them by 10 a.m. April, Friday 27th. These are the two texts. All right, now we're going to come back to these things, but let me get to the thing that you're obviously going to be worried about, which is the PowerPoint. So here's a little mock-up that I've done. It's not very good, but this is what it is. There's slide 1, slide 2. Now what you'll see on your slide is that down here you can push a notes button. If you push that again, you'll see that there's this bit down here and you can write things in it. It's quite fantastic. So if you're giving a lecture, that's where you can put your notes in if you're not going off the cuff. Now if you wish to see what is on there, you can go to View, and go to Notes page. Now on this Notes page there is your slide, which has Robot Maria, the Menagerie of Hands. You've got the quote there, the analysis that I've put on there, and then you have, let's have a look at that in a little more detail. Okay, fear of women and technology represented through the swarm of hands, and then you have my analysis, which is the notes section. It's around about 100 words. We have context, we have Robot Maria, we have Weimar Society, we have why I would be talking about that in a slide. Okay, the other thing I want to talk to you about just very quickly, Year 12 Advanced, you pop that into Frog, you click on the frog, you wait for the frog, go to Module A, 1984 and Metropolis. Okay, and you have everything you need just down the side there. Resources, PowerPoints, all of the stuff that we've had from the lectures. That is all your extra excellent information. Okay, now just to finish up here, the preparation, deconstruct the syllabus rubric, so have a look. Make sure you understand it. If you have questions, ask your teacher. Study all of the notes you've got in class and look at the Frog support material. So that's why I showed you Frog just then. You need to practice analysing text and context in light of the module ideas. Have a look at some essays from past HSCs. You can find them in the library. Ask your lovely librarians. Your teachers may have some, and they are also all over the internet. Look at the language and form of prose fiction and the language of film. You need to know your film techniques. You need to know your literary techniques. A good way to start is if you mind map the values and context of Metropolis in 1984 and just get a nice pictorial diagram and figure out what you need to put in the 10 slides. Keep in mind it's for students, so it does need to be engaging. Now, as we spoke of before, here are your these are the dot points that we're doing, the outcomes that we're assessing. They're just down here. You can read through those, and at the bottom you have the criteria. Please keep in mind what we're asking. We are asking for skillful analysis and great things there. I really hope that helps. Thank you. Hi guys, I'm back. You thought it was done. Just very quickly, just wanted to bring your attention to what I have there in the yellow. When you're talking or doing your reflection statement, you do need to keep in mind that you are supposed to be using academic language. Okay, it needs to be formal and it needs to be scholarly. Thank you. Good luck.